Hi, my name is Isaac Thuesen, and I'm a senior at Indiana University Bloomington. For my 2019 summer REU experience here at Notre Dame, I worked in the Psychological Educational and Measurement Lab to examine links between demographic variables, personality traits, and students' attitudes towards mathematics. Prior research has found associations between demographic variables such as race, gender, and socioeconomic status, and math attitudes. Additionally, researchers have examined links between math attitudes and Big Five personality traits such as conscientiousness, or the extent to which a person is responsible, disciplined, and organized, and neuroticism, or the extent to which a person is predisposed to experiencing negative emotion. While the association between neuroticism and more negative attitudes toward math has been clearly identified, the link between conscientiousness and math attitudes is less clear. With this in mind, we chose a statistical model that would allow us to account for associations between demographic variables, personality traits, and math attitudes simultaneously. More specifically, we designed a hierarchical multi-regression model with blockwise entry of variables. The first block contained just the demographic variables of biological sex, parents' education as a proxy for socioeconomic status, and race or ethnicity, all as independent variables to go with the dependent variable of math attitudes. The second block added neuroticism to block 1, and the third block added conscientiousness to block 2. Our first hypothesis was that after controlling for demographic variables, neuroticism would account for a significant amount of variation in math attitudes. Our second hypothesis was that after controlling for demographic variables and neuroticism, conscientiousness would account for a significant amount of the variation in math attitudes. Our sample consisted of 134 students from mid-sized Indiana high schools with a mean age of 16.92, all enrolled in an AP Statistics course. Students self-reported their demographic information and took 2 survey scales to assess their personalities and their attitudes toward math. The first survey was the Big Five Inventory of Personality, or BFI-2. The second survey was a modified version of the Attitudes Toward Math Inventory, or ATMI. Now let's take a look at the results of the hierarchical multi-regression model. Significant associations are highlighted in orange. There are a number of interesting trends here. First, the racial ethnic categories of Asian American, European American, and African American were significantly positively correlated with math attitudes at multiple blocks, suggesting that members of these groups may have more positive attitudes about math. Second, in support of our first hypothesis, neuroticism was significantly negatively correlated with math attitudes. Additionally, the overall R-squared of the model increased upon neuroticism's addition to the model. Both these findings suggest that the more predisposed individuals are to experiencing negative emotion, the more likely they are to have negative attitudes about math. Third, while conscientiousness was not significantly associated with math attitudes, its addition to the model did result in an increase in overall R-squared, suggesting, in support of our second hypothesis, that conscientiousness has an association with math attitudes when combined with other variables. To conclude, I must acknowledge some limitations to the study. First, in terms of demographic information, this sample was not representative of all U.S. high school students. Second, due to the nature of regression analysis, some observations had to be eliminated from the sample via listwise deletion. This project points to the need for further research into the links between personality traits and math attitudes with larger and more representative samples. Thank you.